What's going on, everybody? Today, we're going to look at the top Coursera courses that you can take to become a project manager. There are so many courses that you can take to learn Agile, Waterfall, Microsoft Excel, and all these skills for leadership, but which one should you take to become a project manager the fastest? I have taken so many courses from Coursera, and I'm going to go through each of these and show you what I personally recommend. I'm first going to give a brief introduction, and then we'll go through what's involved with the course itself. The first course that I highly recommend is the Google Project Management Professional Certification Program. If there is any course that you take on Coursera, it has to be the Google Project Management Certification. If you've watched any videos on my channel, then you know that I'm all about finding ways to accelerate your career and scale your income by investing into your own education. And the Google course is the perfect way to do that. You're being taught the best practices by Google employees who work within project management. So let's take a closer look here. There are a total of 6 courses inside this program. The first course teaches you the foundations of project management, and you're going to learn everything that you need about how to start a career and become an effective project manager, as well as the different project life cycles. The second course is dedicated to teaching you how to initiate and start a successful project. It's here that you'll understand how to define a project scope, success criteria, how to work effectively with stakeholders using RACI charts, defining your team's responsibilities, and of course, how to create a project charter. The third course gives you an overview of how to plan out an entire project, how to make accurate estimates, and how to build out a budget. You'll also be creating your own project plans and learning more about how to use risk management and communication management plans. The fourth course delves into the execution and closing phase of your project. I personally like this section a lot because it's here that you'll finally learn how to keep your project moving forward by keeping track of your project status, conducting retrospectives, and also learning about the tools for improving your communication and leadership skills. The next one is all about Agile, and you'll learn more about the Scrum framework, the importance of the Scrum team, and everything that you need to know about the different Scrum ceremonies, how to build a product backlog, and creating user stories and epics. You'll gain more insight in how to coach an Agile team, and also some really good advice for how to apply and search for Agile related jobs. Highly recommend checking this one as well, since more and more project management jobs require a knowledge of Agile. The next one here is the course capstone, where it wraps everything all up and you're going to apply what you've learned so far to actual hands-on exercises. So it's kind of like you're stepping into the shoes of a project manager, and you're going to be analyzing project documents, creating a charter, building out a project plan, and at the end of it all, you're going to create your own portfolio of project artifacts that you can use in your own interviews to create some kind of an elevator pitch for when you do apply to jobs as a project manager. What I really like about the Google certification program is that after you take the entire set of 6 courses, you're going to have the Google brand on your resume, which can help out tremendously when you're applying to future jobs, and also as a conversation starter on your interviews. It's something that I highly recommend, especially if you're a beginner just getting started in project management, and if you're not sure what steps to take next to get a job as a project manager. By the way, if you're getting a lot of value out of this video, don't forget to smash that like button for me. It means a lot, and it truly shows your support for my channel. Alright, so if you do not take the Google Project Management Certification Program, then the other Coursera program I recommend investing into is the Project Management Principles and Practices Specialization, which is taught by Margaret Maloney through the University of California, Irvine. This specialization contains 4 courses. The first one teaches you at a high level everything that you need to know about initiating and planning a project. So basically the definition of a project, managing stakeholders, what's the purpose behind a charter, the scope statement, the work breakdown structure, and the difference between authority and influence. The next course teaches you how to create a project schedule based upon your work packages, how to create your project's budget, and what the most important areas are that's involved when it comes to assigning responsibilities and a quality management plan. The third course in this program is managing project risks and changes. This one is focused on understanding how to identify risks, how to create a communications management plan, and how to manage any scope changes that may occur during your project. These are one of the most important areas that you need to know, especially since this is something that you're going to apply in your day-to-day life when you work as a project manager. And the last course wraps everything up into a final capstone project. Here you're going to write a project charter, create a work breakdown structure, build out a project schedule and budget, create a responsibility assignment matrix, and apply what you've learned to identifying project risks. This is going to be the most interactive, hands-on portion of this course, and you'll apply everything that you've learned to this final practicum. Since there is overlap in course content between the Google Project Management program and this one, I personally recommend only taking one of these programs and listing that out on your resume when you do start applying to jobs. The third course I recommend is a Six Sigma Green Belt Specialization. Now, I highly recommend being familiar with Six Sigma tools and techniques, since this is a very popular prerequisite that, depending on the industry and the position you apply for, future employers may require you to have a fundamental knowledge of how to use Six Sigma and how to apply this knowledge to improve business performance and different processes. A huge benefit of taking this specialization is that the courses will prepare you to take the American Society of Quality Six Sigma Green Belt exam and become a certified Green Belt. So let's take a close look at where you're going to learn inside. In the first course, you're learning about Six Sigma at the basic level, how to apply lean principles to your organization, and concepts that are related to design for Six Sigma, voice of the customer, and management planning tools. The next course teaches you an in-depth look at the define and measure phases for DMAIC by going over process analysis, probability and statistics, the analysis of data and measuring system analysis, and also a look into performance capability. These are all very important areas to understand, especially if you're applying to be a project manager or a program manager that's related to improving business metrics or driving increased revenue growth. The third course is the Analyze phase, which goes much more in depth into the tools and testing principles that are main components of Six Sigma, such as hypothesis testing and the use of design of experiments. The next course that's a part of the specialization dives into the improve and control phase of DMAIC, and this will introduce you to the principles behind root cause analysis, lean tools, and statistical process control. So similar to the previous course in this specialization, these are all key elements which are very helpful to understand if you're going to monitor and improve different business processes or operations. So for example, if you're applying to be a manufacturing engineering program manager, you need to understand how to apply these tools and how to improve baseline metrics to improve the yield rate of your finished manufactured product. If you're just a beginner in Six Sigma, then I recommend checking out their Six Sigma Yellow Belt specialization so that you can get an introduction into Six Sigma before you advance to the Green Belt level. The fourth course that I recommend is Introduction to Data Analysis using Excel. Excel is very important to use, and it's applicable to almost every single role and industry that's out there. You need to know how to use Excel, especially if you want to advance your career and pivot into more leadership type roles. I cannot tell you how many times I've had to open up Excel and look at data from different spreadsheets based upon what my team, my engineers, analysts, and managers have given me. The first section goes over an overview of spreadsheets. The second section goes over the different Excel functions that you can use to better organize your data. This section is especially important if you're exporting data from a large data source and you need to filter and extract specific information that you're looking for. The third section goes over how to filter and create pivot tables and charts to organize and better display your information using Excel. And the last section is dedicated to advanced graphing and charts. As a project manager, these are very important skills that you need to master, since you'll be creating dashboards, creating graphs and presentations to visualize your project's metrics and performance. So even if you have a basic understanding of Excel, this course will give you so much more insight and little tips and tricks that you probably didn't know about. So I highly recommend taking this course to expand your skill set and also to strengthen your foundation in Excel. It has saved me so many hours being able to speed up my workflow in Excel, especially when I have to create presentations or create reports on the projects that I'm managing. The fifth course I recommend is Data Analysis Presentation Skills, the PwC Approach Specialization. This is very helpful because it teaches you how to present your data in actual presentations. So let's take a closer look at what's inside. The first course is Data-Driven Decision Making. The second course is Problem Solving with Excel. The third course is Data Visualization with Advanced Excel. The fourth course is Effective Business Presentations with PowerPoint. And the last course is Data Analysis and Presentation Skills. So just the course itself on creating effective business presentations is worth its weight in gold because you learn how to create effective slides, how to deliver your professional presence using your verbal communication, and how to thoroughly prepare a presentation. The course shows you in depth how people working at PwC actually present their data analysis in real life scenarios, and as project managers, it's always helpful to learn how to be an even better presenter and how to make informed decisions using data. Now, if you're like me and you're not naturally good at making presentations or slide decks, then I highly recommend taking this course to level up your presentation skills so that you'll be a more effective communicator anytime you have to share a presentation or a report to leadership. The next course that I recommend is Leading People and Team Specialization, taught through the University of Michigan. This specialization teaches you everything that you need to know about leadership through 5 well-in-depth comprehensive courses. The first course is all about how to inspire and motivate your team by setting goals and establishing expectations. The second course is about managing performance evaluation for those on your team, learning how to collect and use 360-degree feedback, and how to develop and coach people. The next course is about influencing people, especially when you don't have the formal authority that's associated with your job title. Now, as project managers, this is extremely helpful to understand and to be able to apply this based on your high quality relationships with others, and also learning how to be a more confident influencer with those whom you work with. The next course is dedicated to leading teams and learning best practices for how to align everyone to your goals, how to build structures, and managing decision making so that everyone on your team succeeds. This is also extremely helpful to better understand how to build trust and resolve conflicts with those you work with. And the next course is the capstone project so that you can be prepared for future interviews when you apply for management related positions in the future. This specialization is a true powerhouse that teaches you so many of the important skills that you need to be a highly successful leader. I highly recommend investing into this specialization if you want to make the switch to become a manager or if you see yourself becoming a project manager. The next course that I recommend taking is Strategic Leadership and Management Specialization, which contains 6 courses. The first one is Developing Yourself as a Leader, which goes in depth about how to strategically lead others by defining yourself first and also developing authentic and trusting relationships with other people. The second course is Building Effective Team Cultures, which teaches you how to cultivate a culture that will best engage your team. The next one is Designing the Organization, which teaches you the framework for why certain companies are structured the way they are. The next 2 courses teaches you the in and outs about business and corporate strategy with applications to real business contexts. And the last one is a final capstone project where you apply what you've learned about leadership to an actual real-life case study of a business situation for building and growing a team. Now, these are my top Coursera courses for project managers. Again, if you didn't catch it at the beginning of this video, I recommend taking either the Google Project Management or the UC Irvine Project Management Specialization programs first. From there, learn everything that you can by enrolling into the Excel and Presentation Skills courses. And from there, you can either take the Leading People and Team Specialization or the Strategic Leadership and Management Specialization. If you're going to be focused more from the manufacturing, operations side, or business process improvements, then I highly recommend investing into the Six Sigma Green Belt course and becoming certified through the American Society of Quality. So if I had to start my career all over again, and if I had to pick courses from Coursera to accelerate my career growth, these are the courses that I would take from start to finish. I genuinely hope that this video has been helpful. Thank you guys for watching. It really means a lot to me to have your support, and I'll see you in the next video.